Hey everyone, so what if you can use the same engine that drives ChatGPT to make a bunch of profitable websites really fast, pretty cheaply? I'll show you how we're going to do it. So first we got to find something to sell. We might go to clickbank.com, right? And we'll log in. I'm not a Clickbank guy myself because I sell my own things, but a lot of the people get our websites do use Clickbank or other affiliate projects. So I'm going to go to the affiliate marketplace. If I was going to get a Clickbank thing for sale, like many people. So I'm just here because it's something I can use for an affiliate link. Let's go with self-help. All right. And we've got all these choices. We'll just choose something. And let's say, oh, that sounds like fun. Get your X back. All right. So we're going to use the X Factor guide. Get your X back. Okay. And let's see how that looks when we open it. Okay. It says men click here, woman click here, girlfriend back, boyfriend back. Self-explanatory. Okay. And of course I was on this page earlier just to make sure that I'm using something that'll make sense for the example. So, okay, I see that they sell on content, which we can do as well. We can create awesome, cool content like this. So with that in mind, I just need to take the basics for that thing and put it together. And so I did. Get your ex-girlfriend back. And I've got some anchor terms I'm going to use as keywords. So the name of the project is the X Factor. Okay. It is a guide and it's about rekindling. So we're telling guys you need to rekindle with the girls, right? And then, whoops, I wanted to see if it was different for girls. So when I come, I see it's worded slightly differently. It's talking about things like covert psychological tactics. It's getting this stuff. So you know what I wound up settling on? Get your ex-boyfriend back, because that's going to be the second page I create on the project, right? The X Factor, it is a guide, but instead of rekindling, I'm using the phrase press the reset button, because hey, we're talking to girls now. In both cases, it's only $47, but I'm keeping that keyword separate because I don't want it to be in all the sections going down the page. I only want it at the bottom of the page. Now that we've convinced everyone they're excited, I want the price at the bottom. So you'll see what we're going to do in a minute. Okay, so armed with that, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to go get a website from website-installer.com because they have the best websites in the world. Our websites allow you to auto-generate the content with GPT 3.5, and you can write pages with it. And also, the main page, you can auto-fill in all of those picky little 100 fields that need to be filled in at the press of a button and just with a little information just like this. And you'll be able to fill in the whole page, basically. And so, like 95% of your work is done for you. Okay, so we got to pick a template. It doesn't really matter which one. They're all the same price. And aside from which one, it doesn't matter again because our crew will help you by changing out the images and even the color scheme if we need. Okay, once you have your project figured out. Okay, so you're just going to pick something that feels like a good move for this concept. So I'm just going to pick this one. I'm going to do a live demo, kind of see what it looks like, So there, I get the idea. This takes up a chunk of the page. It gives a really good size image and a chunk of verbiage that gives me a chance to kind of see what's going on. I can play with that. That's something I can do. Then when I scroll down, that's cool. I could use a sidebar thing or flip it off. I can do anything with that. I could use videos on the pages or not. Doesn't matter. Click here buttons or not. Again, if you have any trouble creating anything like these images or those buttons or even the logo, just simply put in a support request through our support ticketing system and our guys will take care of you. Once you set up the pages, they will beautify them for you. Okay? Not a problem because we don't know how well you can do it on your own. So we don't want to make you work any harder than necessary. And any sections to flip off, you just flip them off. Any sections you want to keep on, keep them on. If you have trouble figuring out how to flip a section off, customer support. Just put in a support ticket. Go, hey, how do I turn that testimonial section off on the side or something? All right, so you're going to get it. How do you get it? Well, you're going to go to Get Details, okay? And you are going to come down here And you are just going to fill in the top part of the order form. Okay, I'll just do it this way. It's real quick and easy. So I put in a dummy email here. Name, state, zip, email, and country. Use a real email, of course. It's how you're going to get access to your admin panel and everything and notifications and stuff. So you want that. Okay. Now we're going to go with the same industry. Okay. And you do not need to put anything in for company information. It's optional. You probably don't have any company information yet. You might go get around to adding some into your website later. All right. Now, if you do have stuff like the video URL and you want to add it, you know what I mean by the video URL? Well, this guy has a couple of videos, doesn't he? Or is it one big video? So it's like one video, right?
I'm Brad Browning, and in the next 4 minutes...
I want to grab that URL, man. Powered by Vidalytics. Okay, it might not be a YouTube URL.
I'm going to share with you a dramatic...
Okay, I'm going to figure that as YouTube video, though. I could go to YouTube and search for it, but hey, I'm just going to continue right now. You can always deal with that later. You can even ask us to embed the YouTube videos in your pages if you have trouble. Okay, we're going to use a domain. Either it's one you already have, like this one. Maybe this is your domain that you have. And it really is something like get your sweetheart back today.net, you know, something like that. Maybe you already have that. Okay, then you're just going to set your name servers, right? Which is explained right here. It's really easy. Or you don't have a domain, okay, that you can use. So buy a new domain. Get your sweetie back today.net. Maybe it's available. It is. So you can add it like so, okay? And then when you do, it's part of the order, piece of cake. So you're going to subscribe with a credit or a debit card or a PayPal, okay? And so you choose, and then you're going to select. Do you want monthly or annual? Cool thing is, whichever way you go, 30 days are free. Your first 30 days are going to be free. You're not actually going to get charged for 30 days. So if you don't like the website for any weird reason, and we can't help you when you ask in a support ticket, then cancel it. When you're logged in, sign in. When you're logged in there, there's a very obvious cancel button because we figure you only hit it if you want to. Okay? So not a hassle at all. By the way, we can even change the template out for another template if you find one later that you really like more. If you think, oh, I should have gone with that template, just ask. We'll switch it. Okay? So yeah, you're not a robot, are you? And you're going to go ahead and buy. One thing I want to point out, the difference between the monthly, which is $39 a month, and the annual, which is $390, is that you get 2 months free. Okay? So if you do go with the annual, you're saving $78. Okay? There you go, and you buy. Now, I'm not actually going to buy. I don't need to, but when you do and you go through and buy, you know, just fill out the information, buy. It'll take about 2 minutes to be live. And you'll physically get the login information for it. And the only thing you may have to wait for is the SSL, okay? To actually come live so you can log into it. So I might say the site is unsafe to log into. Yeah, that's because the SSL hasn't kicked in yet. Try back in like 5 minutes. Probably the SSL kicked in by then, okay? So that might be the only thing you have to wait for, but then, hey, you're in, okay? So what I'm going to do is jump over here to a different place. And this is where we have the latest updated version of this thing I'm going to show you that we're going to run through all the other websites in the next few hours. Like in the next 5 or 6 hours, the 8,666 websites that we have at Website Installer are all going to be updated with this latest thing I'm going to show you. So pages, article generation. And by the way, I've had people ask, what if I get the website before the updates? Do I have a problem? The answer is no. We update all the websites behind the scenes. So one day you log in here and that's just a button. The next day you log in here and you click it, oh, there's a drop down. There wasn't a drop down before, right? We add stuff in around your work. We don't mess with your work, but we add functionality. Like you may have been in here last week and not seen that one, and now you do. Okay, so that's how it works. We just update it in the background. So as long as you're on the subscription, you get the updates without having to do anything. All right, so now I want to generate a page. Let's create a page, right? I'm going to start with the inner pages. I can always use my inner pages to figure out what I want my home page to say. Because what do you think? My home page is going to say, you know, welcome. It's going to say we've got this and that and this and that. In other words, this and that and this and that, right? So usually the home page is the last page you create, not the first, the last. When you're doing a quick setup, you'll create those 4 inner pages first, maybe 4. And then that way, when you start in on the home page, you know that it's about those 4. You're going to link to those 4, stuff like that. Okay, so I'm going to create a page. I'm going to make it Get Your Ex-Girlfriend Back. How's that? And I'm going to put in this little comma separated deal I got for the keywords. Okay? Only needed a few. I'm going to hold that off. Okay? Now, how many sections do I want to this page? I don't really know. I'm going to leave it on 10. I think it's pretty cool. Words per, title, like up to 14 words per title, that's enough. So I'm going to hit next. And what we're going to see is what it offers us. And it's going to offer some pretty good stuff. Intro to the X Factor Guide. Positively contact your ex. Remind her why you're special. Show that you're open to change. Taking time to reflect. Rekindling on social media. Making sure she sees the best you. Reestablishing trust and communication. Making plans to reconnect. Move forward towards happier days. Notice this? It's in a really good order of events. And it works its way from the top down. From intro, positively contact. In other words, reach out positively. Hey, how are you? All the way down to making plans to reconnect and moving forward toward happier days. I like that. If I want to try some more, I might say, give me a couple more. Let me just see what happens. So I'll check at the bottom. Rekindle the romance is kind of what we already said. The X Factor Guide, we've already got it. Usually it's best to get all these over with in one run, because when you do a second request like that, then you're asking the system and it doesn't remember the first request. So the second request, it's kind of starting over. Okay? So you could make this 12 in the first place. Okay? No problem. But do you know what? I think this is awesome right here. So I am just going to keep it like that. My 10, I got them selected. The bottom 2, I deselected them. I don't want them. I'm going to proceed. And watch what it does. It gives me each section as a title with its keywords. Except when I scroll down, it doesn't know if I want that for the next. So you know what? I'm going to copy the keywords all the way down. Boom. So now those 3 keywords, they're copied, 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 copied through all those 10 sections, right? Guess what I'm going to put in the bottom one? Only $47. That's going to be a keyword for the bottom section on the page. Okay? Now, the other point I want to make is what? My keywords are sticking to the main theme because otherwise I have to rely on the title having the wording for the main theme. One of those 2 or both need to mention the main theme. So usually your keywords are those 30,000 foot view looking down. Yes, it's the X Factor. Yes, it's a guide. Yes, it's about rekindling, right? And that's kind of what you want to do. Now, it's got all this stuff about imagery. I'll go over that in a different recording because imagery is using DALL-E 2, okay, by OpenAI, DALL-E 2, to create images. And you can either use the original title here, or you can put in your own title. You can decide if the image should be on the left, right, or full, take up a space between the words, shove the sections and fill it in. Big old image. And you can decide whether it should be a small, medium, or large image. And you can decide how many images you want. 1 per section. You do images and some, not others. But there you go. There's the idea. So often, if you just stick with the title, the image could come out oddly because it doesn't quite get it. So because we put in the extra box, it's optional. You can be really specific with your image demands, your image explanations. And that's where you go look up DALL-E 2 and just learn how to think through the commands you want to get really good images. But do you know what? We also have an image generator right here that's separate, and you can generate a bunch of images there and upload them so that they're ready for the pages. Okay? And then you can put them in the pages or ask us to if you have trouble. Okay? So that allows you to choose images the whole way. I recommend creating the pages without the images so that when you create the images separately, you can decide what you really like, you know, and then that way it's your choice, not the machine's choice. Okay, very cool. So we're going to select the tone, okay? Engaging, professional, convincing, witty, informal, polite. I'm going to do another. I like getting a combination because I find it really creates a better, more rich tone. Not just polite, but also comma, space in this case, engaging. So polite and engaging. So it's one tone, okay, called other. But there you go. Now I'm going to do up to 4,000 words for the page. You know, it's asking between 100 and 4,000, and it's asking per section. And we're going to say, yeah, go as far as 4,000 per section. You know why? It won't. Because when it reads this and it starts to create data, create a result for it, create a response for it, it'll go through what it kind of calculates to actually answer the question properly or fill out the topic properly. So it'll just come to an end when it feels like coming to an end, section by section. All right, you ready? I'm going to go ahead and hit next on this thing, and it's processing. It's crazy. Now, let me just step back and point out 17 minutes so far, and that would be about right. From the time you went looking on Clickbank to the time you said, I'm going to sell that, to the time you went to website installer and went through a few themes and said that one. And you said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and buy it and fill in the minimum information I need to get it going. Because, you know, you're going to leave it generic and you're going to refill it with all the contents from here. So then you're like, okay. And it's up, it's live. You can log into it from your email. And then you're staring at this page, you know, where we're doing all this stuff right now. And you start doing it. Yeah, honestly, it'd be about 17 minutes in. It's taking me so long because I'm explaining it to you. And the only thing I didn't actually do was install the website. But that only accounts for about 2 minutes. So if you assume I stopped cold moving for about 2 minutes to get this much done, it's about the same amount of time. So we're like, isn't it cool to think in terms of 18 minutes in or so, and we're going to have our first page here very, very shortly, and it's going to be a very solid page. One fun thing we're going to want to do is go do a word counter check on the page just to see how many words are on the page. By the way, we're adding a column in the articles section, which shows the number of words on each page you generate so that you wouldn't have to go somewhere else to get it done. Okay? By the way, normally the content would be done by now. It's running a little late, but when I checked earlier today, the system is busy and people are really using it. So we kind of have to wait an extra minute or two to get it in. You could get a cup of coffee or something. So the only thing I'll point out in the meantime is this guy right here. This is customer support. I don't think I'll click on it right now because I don't want to interrupt the process, and I don't know if clicking on it would actually interrupt the process. But that customer support button right there is where you ask us anything you have trouble with. Your job's to make the pages, but, good, content's done. Your job's to make these pages, but we can help you with code snippets if you don't know how. We can help you with variables if you don't know how. We can help you, just like if you wanted to use variables. Most people don't. We can help you with images, code snippets. If for some reason the wording isn't showing up formatted right, it's like squished to the right or something, we'll fix it. If you want to change the font style, the font color, and you don't know how, we can just do it for you. We can do it with the site colors. So it's very simple and it's perfectly fine for you to ask us. We'll just take care of the support tickets in turn. Look at how much material is here, by the way. Intro to the X Factor, right? Guide. Are you struggling to get your X back into your life? Are you not sure how to make it happen? If you're looking for a proven method for getting your ex back, look no further than the X Factor Guide. It's designed to help you rekindle a past relationship and to restore the love you once had with your ex. Right? The guide is based on psychology-based tactics, so you can be sure the advice you receive is proactive yet sensitive to your individual need. Wow. And not just that, it is 100% not plagiarized. No matter how many times you do this, you're not going to get plagiarism issues. Positively contact your ex. And then, what's it say? Set your intentions, give honest reasons, take it slow, communicate openly, utilize technology. There's a conclusion. Reminder why you're special. And then it goes through it. Show that you're open to change. It goes through it. Take time to reflect. It goes through it. Rekindling on social media. Making sure she sees the best in you. Reestablishing trust and communication, right? Making plans to reconnect. Move forward towards happier days. Oh man, I'm going to keep all of these check marked. If you deselect, it'll ignore it. It'll not save it, right? So make sure they're all check marked. They will be by default, okay, unless you uncheck marked one. And then just hit proceed, okay? Now it gives the page to you with this very simple editor style layout. You don't need to do anything with it yet. So I'm just going to save it. Do not do anything else with it right now. Do not copy it. Do not assign it. Save it. Hasn't been saved yet, right? And so guess what? We got our page right here, okay? And that's crazy. I'm going to click on this. One thing I want to do real quick, like I was saying, is how much content did we get in this 20 odd minutes while I've just been blah, 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 blahing at you. Wow. 3,567 words. Isn't that nice? Can you believe how much quality is built into a page that long and strong and tough? What if you were paying somebody a nickel a word to write it? You know, you would need this, a nickel a word, so it'd be like, so I cut in half. It'd be a lot, man. 3,567 times 0.05. Yeah, like $178. Okay? $178. That's like the entire website you just got for like 5 months, right? How's that? That's crazy, isn't it? So yeah, 4 or 5 months. And you can do this yourself, right? No problem. You can make more pages. Okay, I mean, I don't know if you want to see another one. I can show you another one real fast just to see how fast it is. Ready? Okay, so we're going to get this. Wow. And we're going to get this. Notice those are comma separated with no spaces. They're just because they're keywords. Yeah, I think 10 will be good. Word count, and it gave it all to me. And I'm going to assume that this is good. Yeah. Ooh, nice. Yep. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to copy the keywords down. And then I'm going to put only 47. Now, if I were this guy and I was doing this, I'd make it only 87 for the girls. I think I'm funny. Sorry. All right. Tone, other. And who knows? You know, a different tone for woman is possible. Gossip. I wonder if that would work. Okay, 4,000. We're going to go ahead and go rolling with it, right? This time I'll pause. I've said my piece. Okay. Yeah, it just took about 2 minutes. Okay, check this out. Understanding the X Factor. Now remember, we're talking to woman here, right? The X Factor isn't always about loss. It can be an opportunity to learn, grow, and press the reset button. Learning the ins and outs of the X Factor can help you create a healthier post-relationship life. When a relationship ends, it's natural to find yourself in an emotional and uncertain place. However, the X Factor can be the perfect time to take stock of what your needs are and make sure you go into any future relationships with clearer eyes. Okay. I mean, I think that's good. All right, preparing for the comeback, going through it. Good luck and welcome back. Identifying the problems. Do you ever feel like there's something wrong but you can't put your... Oh, one thing I want to show you. Say I really want identifying problems above, preparing for a comeback. Did you know you can do it? You can just grab and drag it. So you can change the order of events on the page that easily. You can drag a whole section, okay? Preparing, and you can drag any section from the top to the bottom or anywhere in the middle. You can resort the whole thing. Considering your feelings, reaching out to him, being appealing, establishing trust, bonding again, setting boundaries, pressing the reset button. You know what? I want setting boundaries above bonding again. I don't know if that's true. I'd have to actually read it to know. But I just want to make sure you guys know that that can happen. And check how it closes, right? For only $47, you'll get access to a comprehensive guide covering everything you need. Press read and start that. Now, yeah, the bottom one you probably want to leave at the bottom because you put your only $47 or call today or whatever that call to action is, you put in the bottom section. If you're ready to take control of your relationship, here we go. WAP. And I'm going to save it. Okay? Now for the fun of it, last thing I'm going to do before I close out this video is to see how many words of content I have. Huh. 3567. What did we have before? It was something like that too. Didn't we get over 7,000 words now? 7,000 times 0.05 would be $350 worth of content if you went through a copywriter to get that to happen. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, that's most of what this entire panel costs with everything for a year almost. It's like for 10 months if you get it on discount. So it would be like 8 months if you got the annual, right? That would be like 8 months worth of normal cost right here. And the amount of time you would normally have to spend to do that, that's nuts, right? But there you go. So the pages are there. We can do our things with them and move forward with our website, right? Like you would have these and you would assign them to pages that you create real quick. Takes seconds each. And then you would ask us to help you with images, unless you know what you want to do with them. And yes, customer support. I guess that's where I should pop up right now. You've got your tickets in whatever the category. Are they completed or not? How long did it take for each ticket to be taken? Last updated, created date. How's that for cool? You can add a ticket. And when you do, you give it a name. Upload documents if you need. Upload images if you need. PDF if you need. What category is it in that you're having trouble? Calendly, call to us, something like that. Do you need us to add a snippet for you for Calendly? So then you upload your snippet text file, you know. Just type in here if you want to type in here. Put a video link here if it helps, like if you need to record a video to make a point. We'll watch it. We'll check it out and see what you need. Integrations, modules, article generation, help with everything. Need buttons, need images, help with code snippet integration, content formatting, other content issue, pages, blogs, theme settings, typography, sidebars, or other. And then just tell us where we can find the problem, like a category, a URL, or a page. And there you have it. How's that? Okay. And then with tickets, you can edit a ticket if you need. Oh, by the way, kind of thing. You can add to your ticket, right? You can view the history related to the ticket. You can, what's the description? I forgot. Oh yeah, basic description, right? What's the issue? Yeah, that way you can see what it says without having to open it all the way up. Okay, there you go. How's that? I don't know where you could get that much website power for the price. Okay, price is extremely low. It will go up as people start using it. It will clearly demonstrate its power, and as that happens, the price has to rise. You want to get in soon. Get moving soon. So you've got this stuff locked in soon. The best way to lock in pricing is to go annual, just because it covers you for a year. Okay. Once you get it for the year, you're covered for the year. Okay. We got all actions, user actions. We actually track what people do on your website so that we can report back to you how well your website performs in all ways. So if you realize not enough people are watching the video, you can go back and see why and think about what you want to do about that video, or if you want to change it. You can even set goals inside the panel, and your website will try to meet those goals by itself. And it will switch things around in a logical way. If people are scrolling and leaving without signing up for your newsletter, it'll move your newsletter up to where the average person sees it before they leave, right? If people are leaving a certain section, it will try switching sections to get people to go down further, because that's really a goal, right? Sale is made somewhere between here and here, where you get the guy excited enough to go for it, either convert into a newsletter or through a sale or continue on to something else, right? That you want. So if you're losing them before they get down there, our website works to improve that, to see about getting things out of their way so that they can keep scrolling to where they want to go ahead and go with it. See? The websites do that on their own. And you can still overview it. One of the coolest integrations there are is Moment CRM. If you go check that out, it's free. And you can see what people are doing live in your website. So that's a really cool integration. And all you need to give for the integration is the account ID name and whether to enable live chat on the site and whether to enable tracking on the site. And if you don't want to use it at all, you can disable it. Or if you don't want to use it, enable it, right? Boom. How's that? It even shows you how you sign up on the website. You can click here to go there. So nice and simple. Easiest way there is to get this thing going for you. Very much power for just over $1 a day. That's crazy. All right. Can't wait to see you on the inside. All those websites at website-installer.com have this power, and they all get free updates with everything new we come out with. There's over 8,660 themes in the system. Anything you get, we automatically update as we produce new power and put it out. Okay? So it already goes into your website. Okay? Crazy. All you got to do is be on the subscription. Probably the strongest websites for the least money available in the nation, with the most natural human support built in, as well as software updates built in. All right. Talk to you soon. Take care.